cool card, but it is a game, and we're all just trying to have fun playing it too. So I think with some of those things like putting a card down, I think the official rule is as long as the card hasn't been revealed, and that is a little bit different. So from our view, because from our view, you put it toward the middle of the table, it seems as if it's being revealed, but you got to remember sometimes that hasn't actually been revealed on the player's side. They haven't said it, and if they haven't said it and it hasn't been shown, they can pull that card back. That is part of the official rules.
Now, this format or this matchup, excuse me, I'm super excited for because we're finally seeing something a little bit different. We're seeing a purple steel Jafar deck.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know, I'll be honest with you, I've been a big Jafar hater since set 2 came out and the spoilers started coming out. I've not been a big Jafar guy. I think it's a little bit too you're committing too much to one win condition, if that makes sense. Like if it doesn't go off, it doesn't go off. But you also have things like Robin Hood in your deck to really kind of, and then there Travis here is playing Ruby Sapphire, which again is going to have its time to set up, depending on how long it takes Jafar to get set up. But if Matthew can have a good start, he will not have much time at all.
And Matthew's having a super strong start. He's turn 3, got the Robin Hood with the Blue Fairy, which means he got the card draw off of it. But Travis, look at that. I have 6 ink. I have a Fishbone. I have a Popsicle, and I am ready to rock. That's, again, that ramp in the beginning. Now, Matthew better have a good starting foundation because he's got a battle ahead of him with all the stuff coming up at 6 ink with a Ruby deck.
I have to say, though, look at the field. It is turn 3. Travis is on 6 ink.
That's what I'm saying.
Double...
the double one jump ahead.
One jump ahead, and the Fishbone Quill. I mean, it's putting in work. Blue Fairy, though.
Ooh,
that is a good
The
card.
boss is on a roll. This is one of those cards that my daughter actually really, really loved and put in her deck because she thought there was a lot of play to it.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the ability to kind of choose and curate your hand coming up is good against other wheel decks, especially if you are a wheel deck yourself.
For sure.
So very, very good. Love to see that.
Also, shout out, absolutely love the Majora's Mask tattoo. Just gotta give some love there.
Super clean.
All right, let's see what happens. I mean, Blue Fairy is just one of the best cards. I don't know why this card doesn't see more play. Gonna ink a fox, and there we go.
There it is.
I'm so happy to see that because Rise of the Titans takes out items. I think that card definitely needs to see more play than it currently does.
Now, Travis got a big head start, so it's not as effective because it's like usually you're only at like 4 ink by this time, but he's at 6 already, so it's like, oh my god. But still, such a good. You definitely don't want him to get more.
Yeah, and now he has to hire him to get rid of that Popsicle. He just drew a Tamatoa off that. I see a Be Prepared and a Medusa in hand, and another one jump ahead. So yeah, Travis off to a phenomenal start here. I'm inking that dragon, saying I don't even need all these removal options. I have plenty in hand as it is. Could have played that Medusa. Said, you know what, I'm not even worried about it. You can have your Robin Hood. I'm just gonna set up my harem and draw a majillion cards, and I'll win in a couple turns.
Travis seems like he knows the deck needs to do something, and he's gonna do it. And whatever his opponent's gonna do he's just gonna let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. He's gonna stick to his guns, and that's good.
Now this is another deck that's playing How Far I'll Go. This blue deck. So I think people are kind of really starting to come around to the ramp that card offers. I mean, card advantage plus ramp in a single card in a song, no less, is that's good.
Definitely, 100%. I think the steel and Amethyst package is super interesting, just because like the synergies with it. I mean, let's just be honest. Synergies with steel are everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, you have steel purple, you have steel green, you have steel blue, you have steel yellow, steel amber, you have pirates, steel red. You got steel if you really wanted to, I guess. Like, I mean, it's such a good color.
For sure. It has, and like I think the thing that makes it best is the weaknesses that it has can be filled by a lot of different things, by a lot of different colors. So we got a Maui taking out the Queen's Castle. I mean, that's a phenomenal, again, red blue's best response to locations is Maui. We got to return. Along came Zeus, though.
Taking out the Maui, which is good because like now look at your board presence compared to their board presence. But it's a top deck. Be prepared. Brutal. Get that one lore and then moving up.
Yeah, we're not seeing, it looks like, a single Jafar so far. Unfortunate from... I'm trying to read, though.
He only has 2 Jafars that I saw. 2 different types of Jafars. The Striking Illusionist and then the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought. The Viper-looking one, right? The Cobra?
Yep, the Cobra.
Yeah. So I think that I don't know. I've seen some Jafar decks run all the Jafars, and I think that's a super interesting take on the deck because it's just so many options there. So I don't know. That could be good. Um, Tamatoa getting that popsicle back for Travis. Both of these players, this is the other thing, both of these players are coming into this 3-0. They've both been doing great today, and now we're going into it where one of them will not be zeroed out at the end of this, and one of them will be. And as you get closer and closer to the promo, now you're like, oh no, I actually really want to make sure this game goes good. And I drove all the way out here. I want to make sure I get my money's worth. All right, so we got another ink going down. So 4 in the inkwell, not able to utilize it, just kind of sitting there. I'm curious to see if eventually we kind of get like the Yu-Gi-Oh style trap cards where you can activate them on your turn or your opponent's turn if you have the available mana, or sorry, the available ink from your previous turn.
All I see is that Travis is opening his own ice cream parlor right now.
Oh my goodness.
This is crazy. Playing the Be
Get
Prepared.
your popsicles here.
Playing the Tamatoa. Getting all the popsicles out. The fishbone quill. Medusaing away. The Sad Boy Beast. Matthew's only board presence. And now this Tamatoa is going to be questing for crazy amounts. And just cycling those popsicles, drawing a bajillion cards. And it won't be long until we see a lucky dime. And then Matthew's in trouble. And if anything goes wrong, Travis has got the Be Prepared. So... man, he's in a comfortable spot right now.
Like I was saying earlier, I'm really on the fence about going red-blue tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean it's a great deck. Again, the only struggle is against those aggro decks, and again,
don't see them.
We're not seeing them like we. Yeah, I think you have to really. Blue Fairy is a phenomenal card. I'm happy to see people in chat also supporting that card. I think it's great. I think it needs a lot more love. It's just absolutely powerful in the right deck.
Now, I would love to see. I really hope we see a matchup with Popsicle versus Green Discard.
Yeah, that would.
I think that's like a very interesting matchup to see. Is it going to be able to be enough to stop him?
Now, I do
Didn't
think
we see? I'm sorry to interrupt. Did we not see that matchup actually earlier? Did we see Greg with the green? Purple matched up. Who did he match up with? Was it?
It was the Amber Steel Song.
It was Amber Steel Song. Okay, so yeah, so I would like to see another variant of the discard style against, but more discardy, like Sudden Chills with like Prince John. I'd like to see that. God, look at the amount of items on the field. He's got 5 items on the field. One of them being the dime with Tamatoa. Oh, and he did it. Oh, that's extra 6. Oh, that's 12.
No way. This is crazy.
I think he's at 8 right now. Does that put him? What does that put? Hold on, I think I'm trying to.
Yep, that's game. They're scooping.
Wow,
6 and 6 from Lucky Dime. That's crazy.
Wow.
And we have a winner. Travis winning round number 1 of this round 3 game.
That was
round
crazy.
4. Excuse me. That's crazy. And I was gonna say before any of that was, I think it is the correct choice. To just kind of go all out, knowing that he only plays, Matthew only plays 6 Jafar. I don't know if that's the right choice. I think if you're going to do Jafar, you want to play the ones that are, 20 Jafars in one deck, because otherwise I don't think Jafar is good enough. You know what I mean? I don't think it's good enough as just a tech in that Amethyst deck by itself.
100%. 100%. What a good way to close that out. The lore was a little off on the screen there, guys. Sorry about that for that last round. But it was 8-6 when he pulled that move off. And when you're at 8-6, you're not thinking, oh, lethal's on the field, I better be careful. You know what I mean? But when you're staring down the barrel of a Tamatoa with all those items, that's one of the most items I've seen on the field with Tamatoa. That was insane.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what you really want to hope for, right? When you're playing that deck is, you want to pop off, get your establishment, get your ramp, get your items out, and then just Tamatoa. That Tamatoa came out right after the Be Prepared, and that was just absolutely perfect timing.
100%. 100%. I love it.
All right, so we have 1 win to 0 here in the 4th round here at Versus Games. We're going to be jumping in here to game number 2. Absolutely love the sleeves on Travis's deck, by the way. Again, just got to give a shout out to all the flair. People work so hard on these decks, and just got to show some respect. I love Jasmine, favorite Disney princess. So.
Everybody's over there worried about, is my cards foil? I care about what's on the back, man. You got to get those cool, interesting sleeves with a nice playmat. That's where it's at.
All right, we're simply going to Inca Judy Hops here and just use your brain.
Oh, at least somebody is. All right, so as we go into this second game here, Matthew definitely trying to utilize this being on the play. Sorry, was he on the? Wait, no, it looks like
Yeah, he was on the draw.
he was on the
It
draw.
was an ink and pass.
Okay,
From the,
okay.
So again, Blue Fairy, such a good card.
I like the.
Drawing off popsicle here.
I'm curious. I'm just there's not even. I wonder if he even has the Queen of Hearts in his deck. Let me go ahead and just double check that real
Yeah,
quick.
he does.
He does have that
He
Queen of
just
Hearts.
played it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I think the Queen of Hearts. I mean, you would think like I need to get my characters on the field, and just knowing your deck and knowing where it's best, and not having to worry about that, so good.
Double Blue Fairy.
And that's great. That's definitely. I mean, any extra you can get right there. But what does he have as shift targets right now? Do you have any Floodboard in hand? I think he has that Dreadnought, so next turn he'll at least get something.
He does. I mean, honestly, just the evasive though, is that's going to be really hard for Ruby Sapphire to deal with.
Travis had the exact same line both games right now, minus the fact that before he had the one jump aheads. So this is a much slower start. More traditional. You see the 4 on this turn, which is not that big of a deal. A lot more intimidating last turn when you're staring down the barrel 6 on turn 3.
Yeah, Travis is really just getting explosive with the ramp, which is what you want out of a Ruby Sapphire deck. I mean, just hitting that consistently, getting out your Fishbone Coil early, get to that 5, 6, 7 ink within the first couple turns, and you're, as long as you have some kind of removal to your opponent's threats, you're off to the races.
Yeah, I definitely think that knowing your meta game and knowing what you have going into, like what you are facing, is super duper important for the set championship. So if you know you're going into a bunch of red and sapphire, bring that aggro deck. But if you're not, it's almost looking like red. I mean, it has such a good matchup into everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, like I mean, again, we're gonna get this lore updated for you guys. We apologize, but again, the Blue Fairies. I mean, he's already at 6 lore just from evasive questing. That's gonna add up over time. If you think about it, 2 Blue Fairies. That's the same as a Minnie Mouse Surfer at this point. Just gonna put a clock on the opponent right away. And we got Hiram now. So now we're one step closer to Travis's combination taking over. Gonna be questing off these popsicles. Again, you want something like a Be Prepared here, though, right? Because those Blue Fairies are gonna be a lot harder to take care of than you initially think. The evasive. I'm trying to see if Travis has any kind of evasive characters in his entire deck. I'm taking a look here. I don't see anybody. So yeah, like he really has no response besides Be Prepared to those Blue Fairies. I mean,
you would think you'd run a couple of those Minnie Mouses. I'm surprised they're so strong.
Yeah. Gonna take out the Robin Hood. Just quest.
All right. So, I mean, a very impressive board state from Matthew. Really just kind of saying, I really hope you don't have Be Prepared right now. He's getting rid of that popsicle, drawing a couple stars. We know he does have Be Prepared, though, so that's going to be a rude awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did he fish? No, he didn't. No. Maybe it's just in the back right there. That's either a Scar or Be Prepared. It's one of the two. I see the Scar in the middle.
It's a Scar.
In the middle, but what about the end? Is that another Scar?
Oh, under the Maui? I can't tell. Might be a dragon too. It could be dragon.
There's 7.
God, there's so much.
Be Prepared.
Ink.
Yeah,
Yep, there we go.
Perfect. So that's the best. I mean, you have to clear the board that way, but almost like if it wasn't for the evasives, that Scar would have been perfect.
No, that evasive is that Blue Fairy is probably one of the most underrated cards.
Yeah,
I think we're probably gonna be seeing a lot more of that.
I think I was kind of curious about the one jump aheads, and I'm thinking that he maybe is banking on the one jump ahead play to get ahead. So if you get to 7 before the aggro deck can even pop off, then you're set, and that destroys the aggro matchup. So he's like ultra committed to that ramp, because I'm not seeing really, other than the queen, there's there's no character 1 drops. The queen's the only character 2 drop.
Yeah. You know, you see more and more people like actually cutting one jump ahead more and more.
He's got the grandma to sing it as well.
But now we got the Tamatoa, so now he can start cycling those popsicles. So I think Matthew has to have an answer fast.
Yep.
The door has officially been swung open. That was the last piece of the combo, and it's only going to be a matter of time now until we. The lucky dime is really the last piece that's missing.
Yep.
But other than that,
He pulls that, it's game.
Travis is in a really daunting spot, and then Matthew's there with his lone Robin Hood. But things can turn around in one turn.
Oh, there it goes.
That's a good card to have in that situation.
Yep. Draws 2 off of that, though. What he draws is going to make a big old difference. All right, getting those cards now. Looks like we're going into his turn. So Travis now has a ton of options in his hand and a lot of ink to do stuff with it. Gonna get a little bit more ink. Fishboning away. Inking the queen. Looking like one, that's like 5. It's like 11. It looks like 11 ink. Quick math.
Got the Tremaine and the Medusa.
12 then. Damn. And he's gonna play them both. Beautiful play.
Again, the Rich Lady combo. 1-2 punch.
For real. And they're like in the same pose too. Is that just a rich lady pose? Is it like a bad rich lady pose?
Yeah. It's evil royalty.
Gonna
Zeus away.
Yep. Gonna get rid of the Madame Medusa. Has the Queen Castle on the field, but now we're gonna see what other answers he's got. Ooh, just a Grand Motala, nothing too crazy. Ooh. Grabbing a Be Prepared as like a backup, I assume, just in case he needs it, which is great to have in your arsenal. 4 for the
And
hero.
Oh my god.
He's running low on cards. He's ripping through that deck, man.
Well, it didn't take much. Like the lucky dime plus a bell or a Tamatoa, and it's pretty much lights out.
Maui into there. Tremaine into there.
God, that's brutal.
He has such a good board state right now. I might have to just dismantle my daughter's deck for a day.
We don't see the Simba too often anymore.
He has fallen off. That's almost like it just feels
the Blue Fairy, man. Blue Fairy putting in work.
It feels like this is a very uphill battle for Matthew right now. Like that blue, the amount of ink he has right now is crazy. No way. Oh, another
my god.
Oh god.
Dude, this is brutal.
Oof.
And another popsicle.
Come on, what else you got?
You got the lucky dime for me?
Oh, there it is.
No way. I was kidding. I was kidding.
Oh, next turn is a game, dude. That's wild.
I mean, a Be Prepared here is still clutch.
For sure. But that's on Travis's side. Matthew can't do it.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking we're playing Ruby Amethyst Steel. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. You can grab your sword. What is that going to do in this board state?
Nothing.
I think this is tough. Like,
dude,
I don't
Travis
know.
is slaying it out right now, dude. It has been 19 minutes, and we are almost done with the second game.
This is the fastest Sapphire deck I've ever seen in my life.
This is wild. He's playing it so well. I absolutely love the way he's playing it.
And see, do anything here. And Matthew has the Jafar, but it might be a little too late. We'll see.
He would have to get the perfect Jafar combo right now. He just played the Jafar though, so he'd have to wait till next turn, but he will not survive. He doesn't think that. He thinks he'll make it one more turn, and he's got it, but no. He would have it too. If he does somehow make it next turn, but I don't think you can't, right?
I mean,
the
you
dime
got
comes down.
lucky dimes game pretty much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he gets 5, and then that's 15.
He's gonna gain 15, yeah.
Wow. So crazy. 7 for the lucky dime. He's gonna. Oh my god, it's so good. Questing to get another. So now he just quested for 5. He's gonna get the popsicle back.
Play the popsicle.
Now he's gonna dime for 6. That's this game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
6.
okay, yeah, so
And
he's
then
look-
just quest with everything. Yeah.
GG. Oh man. Wow. And he had to
Wow.
be prepared just in case. And the scar. Answers on answers on answers on answers on answers. He played that so
Wow.
good.
Absolutely deserved by Travis. What an absolute. Also, the shirt.
I know.
I have to give some compliments
I
to the
know.
shirt.
Such a good one.
It seems like he has a very similar fashion sense to you.
I know. I was jealous. I've been looking at it the whole time. I'm like, he got it's got the stitch on there, the flowers. I'm digging the vibe. It's all good. And then he came out with a crazy clean deck.